Hello everyone. Welcome to today's Q&A session on building portfolios for video game industry. And we will start right in. Let other people join for 5 more minutes and then we will start with all the things in there. So yes, we are waiting for other people to join. So give just 5 minutes and then we will start. You already seeing the screen of the title of today's building industry level game art portfolio, and all the things will be from my experience and what I saw and discussed with all the higher ups when I was building my career. So we're gonna go through all the points and I'm gonna give detail about it very specifically. Okay. So for the starter, let me share. Just quickly type in the comments that you can see the screen. You can see the main thumbnail. Just okay, wonderful. So yeah, so let's just dive into it. If other people join in, they can join later on also. Okay. So here is our main topic of today: building the portfolio for game art, whether it is prop art, environment art, or it is our character art. So you can comment down if you need to know anything specific on any topic. You can comment down and we'll try to answer that for that particular field. Okay, so let's look at today's topics. We're gonna start with these basic fundamentals and basic things which we have to keep in mind before building a portfolio, right? Some of these things will repeat in upcoming sessions also, like when you will build a resume or apply for jobs. So some of these things will repeat in there also because these are relatable, right? So it's really crucial to go through these from the start, right? And starting with the basics, right? And so this is the introduction. So if you want to create a industry level or the best portfolio of yourself, then these are some of the key things you have to keep in mind before even starting on the portfolio. So you have to have a clear picture on what you want to build and what you want to accomplish, right? That should be clear on your side. So these topics will help you today from this presentation to understand what is best for you and how you can find your why and how. Okay, so we have basically we have basics and fundamentals. Basics are what computers are, right? So you know how to use a computer, you know how to use a 3D tool or any tool or Excel, Word, anything, right? You know how to use it. But then comes the fundamentals, right? Which are more important than anything else. If we see in the example for the prop, right? Prop is simple model, right? Anyone can model. But what makes a prop a proper prop is the fundamentals, that it have proper shapes, it have proper topology, it have UVs done correctly, UVs have edge padding, hard edge are done properly, and there is textile density taken into consideration, and also the PBR texturing has done. So anyone can do the texturing, right? But that is basics. You know how to do texture, but can you do PBR texture, and can you do it as per the requirement of the game or project, right? So that is fundamental, right? So that's what you have to learn in before anything, before even starting on portfolio. You need to have your fundamentals straight, right? So that will help you bring your portfolio up bar. Otherwise, if you have these fundamentals issue in your portfolio, that will be big setback for your overall portfolio. So this is a very debatable topic, right? Quality over quantity, right? But in the past, I have discussed with many seniors and leads. Most of them says quality over quantity, but only one person I have only ever spoken said quantity also matters, right? So if you because quality slowly start to bring perfection, right? And I'm also on the side of quantity in the start, and then you slowly improve the quality in your upcoming work, and then you slowly start removing whatever is mediocre and is not up to your skill, and you start removing it. So that will bring your quality, overall quality in there, right? And so many times people get stuck in this quality and this perfectionism route, that they do not finish things. So they keep doing keep polishing the same asset or same character for so long, so they miss a lot of stuff, right? Which we'll discuss some things also, like doing more is more good in the start while you are learning. So you try different stuff, and you try different techniques and different workflows, and then you implement in your work, and that's how you build the quantity. So that quantity do not hurt, because every work have something to show, as long as it is medium level. Okay, like it's not super ugly. If it's super ugly, then it does not matter, then it's overall it's bad. So it should be average at least. So that's quality over quantity. Mostly quality always wins over quantity, right? But if you have one or two piece, it's fine. But if you have mediocre 10-20 pieces, it's still quality will win. But if you have something to show in there, like you have tried some technique or something special, then your quantity wins, right? And that's what highlight your strengths added to it. So you have focused on something, like you want to make props or characters, so you want to make something specific characters, and you are focused on anatomy, right, on the characters, or you are focused on hard surface props. So you're showing that in your work, right? You like doing hard surface, and you're trying different techniques, and you are showcasing in your work. So that's you're telling and showing that this is my skill, and this is what I'm trying to develop, and this is what I would like to develop if I work with your company. So that should be visible from your work. And then this comes next, like tailor your portfolio, right? So once you decide, you know what you want to do, right? And then you are reaching and you're trying to get a job in a company, then you tailor your work, right? So sometimes people have so many different like you have prop, like the prop have categories also. You can make stylized prop, realistic prop. So that's totally your portfolio should totally be as per what studio wants and what your interest is. Like if you like fantasy and realistic, focus on that, and focus on the studios which make that type of games, right? Which have realistic and stylized, or maybe you like sci-fi, right? So look at the studios which work on sci-fi games and have similar art style. So research that, and then author your portfolio as per that. Like this will come in the resume side also when we will discuss in the upcoming sessions. And So that will be there. So the links in the same link you found, so you join that as well. So there's the same concept there as well. So you author your portfolio as per the requirement of the company. So if company is asking for hard surface prop or weapons, right, and you have one weapon, so just add another one, or maybe removes what is not relatable or hide it for a while and then apply. That will increase your chance and not confuse the company that what you want, right? So that is for the tailored work, right? And now have a diverse skill set, but do not be a jack of all trade. Like you should not be like that I can do everything, right? Companies do not want, most of the large companies do not want a generalist, right? They want someone with specific skills, right? For example, you can make 3D models really well, right? Any type of models, right? But if you can texture as well, or maybe you can you are an environment artist and you can make concept art also, like you did painting and other stuff, you can do the concept art. So you create your concept art and build your environment based on that. So that show your diverse skill set, right? That's part one. And the other way the diverse skill set helps dealing with other departments, right? You know the basics of rigging and animation, right? Just the basics, you understand how it works. So then you create the models as per their requirement, right? So if you don't know anything about rigging or animation, if you mess up something, then those department gonna be pissed off and they're gonna say like this model is not made as per the rigging requirement, right? So showcasing that in your portfolio, like that's why we show topology, right? So it's rigging friendly or animation friendly for the characters or any prop, right? We make element. So yeah, so that showcasing that really helps. Like you can understand other things also, like for many times, like when you go for environment art thing, there on the bottom is like lighting art is good to have. Like if you can do the lighting, will be good to have. So that nice to have, good to have is that diverse skill you should have, right? If you can, some people can program, right? So they can be very close to technical art, right? So they can do the tools and make some macros for the workflows. So that always helps. And the technical skill again, yes, is surely like you need to know the relatable tools, right? If you have a character artist, ZBrush is a must, right? And then there is a marvelous designer to make clothes, and there are some retopology tools and there are unwrapping tools. So whichever stream or a role you are looking for, the technical skills should be relatable to that. So if you like some companies want a Blender guy, some want Max or Maya, and you cannot have all of them. Most of the companies are open to use any 3D tool, right? But it is nice to learn the basics of the tool, so you increase the chance of getting in there. So if you at least know the basics of tools, you will learn most of the stuff there, right? So you will get by there. Okay, you can tell them honestly how much you know about this, and then you improve while working there. So yeah, so that happens. So like I personally knew basics of speed tree when I was joining my very first job. Then they gave me speed tree related tasks, and I only knew speed tree. I did not know anything about how to create foliage or vegetation, but it really helped me to land in that department because I knew speed tree. I just knew basics, right? But I learned a lot there, so they helped me, right? So don't be shy away from learning. That's why I recommend Blender a lot, because it helped me a lot in the past few years. I got some specific projects just because of Blender, right? So Blender is in every job description you will see. So it's a new software popping up in all the job descriptions, so why not learn it, right? And any relatable tools is for your department. Then we have we all share our final screenshot or video or renders on our portfolio, right? But we do not, or most of the artists do not show their work in progress, right? What most of the companies, they want to see the breakdown, right? They want to see how you build it. So if you can maintain a blog somewhere, there is a poly count, which is really nice. It's a old forum, but there is so much nice to learn there. So if you post your work in progress, right, you post every week in there. So you post a basic block art. You say like, guys, I'm going to start this character, this environment, or this prop. I post this concept art, right? And then next week just pop in there for your low poly, then do the high poly, and yeah, that's basically gonna build a chain of posts for your breakdown. But when you post it on your art session or any your portfolio, just attach those screenshot also, right? Because where you're gonna get those screenshot once you finish the thing, it's gonna take a lot of time. So create this screenshot. If you don't want to post, it's okay, but I highly recommend posting those, like on your social media or and all the art related forums or discords, but keep those renders at least. So when you have final asset, you attach marmoset or sketchfab or just renders of wireframe. So companies or hiring managers or leads, when they look at it and they know like you understand the process and what your workflow was on that particular thing. Sometimes you use a very unique workflow, right? And that shines and that brings very good luck to you, basically, right? So yeah, so that's the same for the iteration. So basically at some step, like you when you post on poly count, they will give you feedback, and then you improve your design, and then you post your work in progress again. That will showcase that you can take feedback and you can improve, right? So there's just use that into your advantage. Okay, so that comes in the consistency, what I was saying, post every week. So if you show up regularly, you post regularly, people notice, right? Whether it is Discord servers, whether it is your forums, art channels, anywhere, when you post regularly, people notice. And see, this is what I'm doing here. I come every week and showcase something, right? So there is that's what I'm trying to build also, so people know it happening every week, so there is a knowledge to share, right? So that's consistency is needed. So when you come, people know, and that's when the branding is built, right? So when people will come back and they know, okay, so this person, this artist posts regularly and is working on this type of props, and that's where from our very first slide, like we know what we want to build and we are posting related to that. Imagine you want to make guns and you post working progress of guns and finished guns regularly, like every 2 weeks you are finishing a gun, or every month you are finishing a gun, and every week you post working progress, and people are gonna notice this, right? Every second day or third day you are posting a screenshot, people will be more eager to give you feedback and more eager to connect with you, and they will see this as your dedication. So use that as an advantage. Again, it's just catch more eyes. More eyes means more chance of getting a job. Okay, so next we have same, it's connected to the same online presence, which I already speak. Use a very well-known portfolio platforms like ArtStation or Behance. I love ArtStation. Everybody loves ArtStation because it's really easy to navigate. All the recruiters are not technical guys, right? They are not technical persons. So if they know how to navigate through ArtStation, it will be really easy. Sometimes it happens like you have a blog spot or you're sharing Google Drive, it sometimes link don't work, or sometimes you ask for permission, right? So that is just hindrance between you and your job. You don't want these hindrances. You want it to make it as easy as possible to see your work and reach out to you, right? So update your portfolio there on very easy to use platforms, and then attach your contact information like the email and your other social media if you're active there, your Discord, like so many of guys, but do not engage through that, email is the must, right? It should be right there on your art station or Behance or whichever portfolio website you're using. It should be there, so as soon as they see your work, and they should know where to contact you. And even on LinkedIn, right? So when you post your work, don't just post it with some link, so where they can go, right? So then you can simply just post the email along with your art session, right? So whenever they will see your work, they will reach out. And even if it's not job, it will be some project. Imagine you are making guns again and again, someone will reach out to you for this thing. So write it down there, you're open to freelance, you're open for projects, right? So yeah, so that's the basic in there. Okay, so now what we have here is we have like this professionalism is okay. That's one thing, is like you have to keep everything professional, like no vulgar or hateful art at all, or any comment that is there, right? But main thing is explaining your work. Like that's why we call art, like if you I don't know if you noticed, like if you open Photoshop, you create a new artwork or new canvas in there, it says untitled, right? So what title means? Title is a name for everything. Like every song, every painting, every movie have a title. That's how you know what Forrest Gump is, right? You know who Van Gogh is and what his painting's name is, because they have given it a title. And we all are artists. Rather than giving it a grenade, this, try to come with a nice title. Like rather than giving it a forest, like maybe you made a forest environment, rather than saying forest, just call it a dense forest in European valleys. Like that is still a title. Okay, and you can come with you can say fairyland. Like if you think that look very fairylandish, right? You can name it fairyland, right? This or anything. So just give it a title. So that will add to your your profile, your brand. Like you name your painting a certain way, right? Like once upon a time, like imagine you make a desert scene, like once upon a time in the sands. Okay, imagine you made a river once upon a time in the waters. So that still give you a title and give you something very very specific direction to your toward your skill and your profile. Okay, just second, let's check the chat before we go in. Okay, and it's on YouTube. It is. Let me share the link again. You can go to the wait, let me share the link. So yeah, if you guys have any question, any comment, you guys can comment in there. That's weird, because here it is going in and you were there in the chat on there. Let me grab the link. I don't know, it's actually going on right now. I don't know. Okay, let's continue here. So this comes in for your same seeking feedback and iteration, like we discussed before as well. So peer review is important, like, so not your uh, peers from your institute or some your local group or some of your peers in the office, someone who genuinely care about your art and your improvement. Right? So if you ask, if you're studying in an academy and you ask for a feedback, everybody gonna say wow, right? Because they don't have that level of skills yet. They are on the same level as you. So always ask for review from a maybe different perspective, someone who's not in your group, right? Because your group might feel like they might offend you if they said something honest, right? So be with someone who can give you honest feedback. And also you can uh, you can give them share it online, like the poly count like is unbiased, right? You share it online, and all the artist community is not as scary. Everyone is supporting and they want you to grow, like, so just someone is giving you time to improve yourself, and that's, is a free mentorship. So always post online and be open to feedback, and don't react negatively on feedback. So if someone give you feedback, always appreciate it. They want to improve your work, right? And that's what you should do. You should just improve it, right? So don't say bad words or comment negatively there. So that's basically, you ask for feedback from professionals, or you can join Discord groups, post on groups on social media, LinkedIn, anywhere. Ask for feedback to improve, and that's basically works, right? And you can also ask for portfolio review on there. Like, there's a link in the start version, we'll show later on also. So you can ask for feedback there, and regular improvement will come with that. So what we know, we imagine we made something and you feel like it needs some improvement, then you iterate upon that, or maybe create something new. You create something new and you keep polishing it until it satisfies you. Don't get stuck on it, because sometimes we just keep polishing it and we never finish something. Finishing something is also important as much as it is important to work on something or learn something, right? So yeah, this comes in from the very first topic, where you know what skills you want to learn and what you are showcasing. So that will, when you improve your work, those skills or those workflows will showcase, right? So yeah, so just keep improving. So this is again is a one plus for resume, right? But you can showcase it through your portfolio also, without them going into resume, because they will go to resume second. First they will look at your portfolio, right? They will go to your resume in detail if they like your work, otherwise they will gonna just throw it away. Okay, so group projects are really good. Like, if you work in your university or institute, or you bunch of friends, you come together and you post a group project, or you build some project together, right? And post it and tag each other and tell what you specifically did for that project. Two things happens with that. One, you finish something quickly, because if you do everything alone, it's gonna take time. So if you do it along with your friends, then it happens quickly, okay? So, or also you learn how to teamwork, right? You distribute tasks, and then you take responsibilities of certain things. And if some person not gonna do their responsibility, then whole project gonna delay, right? So that's how you learn the teamwork in there. So that's group projects are first. And the secondly, internships, right? Specifically, you can go for non-paid internship also. I totally appreciate it. If you don't have a job, you're still applying for it, right? You can look for internships and apply for it. In there is very small chance you're gonna get the internship, but you still can apply, right? What goes in trying. So try, and that's the same thing. The internship will be in a studio where there will already be a professional environment, and you will learn this collaboration already. And then if these two things do not work, I think the first thing is, group projects is easy to do. You can get together with your friends, and if you're not able to find, you can go for non-paid collaborative projects. You can go to Unity forums, you can go to Polycount forums, you can go to Unreal forums. There are so many passionate developers are there who want to build their game, but they need art, right? So you can help them with the art, or building levels, or building characters, and or maybe animating, whatever you want to do, you can do it with them. And then you can get this experience of collaboration, and that the same thing you can post it in your portfolio, whether this project is released or not, but you will get something to post in your portfolio, and that's just free. And that is so passionate, and it's more than showcasing just images. Working a playable scene or game is much more higher than still images. Videos are better than images, and then gameplay is much better, right? So yeah, so that's what you get from some passionate developers, and you get this teamwork. You meet some really nice people in the industry, and it broaden your mindset, and it change your thought process in general. And we are living in the internet world, so we should collaborate like this, because there are so many companies are doing remote work, so that just give you a taste of how the remote work, right? So next is this should have been discussed before, but we have personal projects and we have art style, right? So if you don't have any professional experience, you have to showcase it through your personal project. Put your life into your personal project, showcase everything and what you want to accomplish, right? Imagine you want to build a desert dunes scene, right? And you might not find a project, so build it in there. So that will showcase that you want to work on that type of project, and you may get. Okay. And then art style. And this is the very first thing. You need to know what your art style is, and that you can find out from the company you want to apply for, or what your interest. If you don't know what your art style is and what you want to work on, then work on anything. That's where the quantity comes in. You build some things in quantity. Maybe mediocre stuff is okay. Just try out stuff. When you work on multiple things, you make sci-fi, you make fantasy, you make stylized, you make realistic, you make post-apocalypse, right? You try out stuff, and then you will know what taking too much time and what you enjoying or not. Try to notice that, because that nobody else will do. You have to understand, you have to find what you like and what you're not. So do that, and you will understand if you're enjoying it or not. If you are not enjoying it, right, then leave it and work on something you enjoy, and try to build few projects in that. So once you have built few projects in particular art style, in a particular area and particular genre, you will have your thing. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, so that's how you define or find your art style in that. Yeah, so now this is again that's what I said in the start. Everything will be relatable, right? They will go together, hand in hand, right? So industry specific work is the same, like your expertise or area of job you want to look for is specific to that, right? So game ready assets is not we are making game ready assets, right? But what makes our set a game ready? Like it is optimized, right? It is memory friendly, it have LODs, it have collisions, it works in the game, right? So when you collaborate with the developers, they will import it in the game. Until you don't import it in the game, you will not know if this asset is good for the game or not, right? How will you know if this poly count is good, or if this material is heavy or less, or that's if it's have correct textile density, until it is in the game, right? So that's where you keep in mind. I've seen so much less of this thing. Or artists do not include that they know how to make LODs, they know what collisions are, they know what textile density is, they know what how memory work, what draw calls are, how all these things, terminology, these are the fundamentals basically, right? These are fundamentals. So if these are not covered, then this is just like a cherry on top. Like most of the people care about quality of asset, but if this asset is game ready, if we can just drag and drop and play it, actually you see this really beautiful prop, like have 8K textures on there and have these high resolution renders, but when you see in the game, do you see those things? No prop can go with the 8K textures at all. and that everything goes by text density, and then you will not see that much of details. So showcasing that also is important, and that's where the playable demos, like if you participate in those, if you can create by yourself, you can use some demo like every month. Epic release some free assets, some free demos. Basically it's just block out of a game, right? And then you just change the art in there. Imagine there's a FPS game where the guy is shooting guns. You just replace that gun with your gun, and then you showcase that. See, I have imported my gun. So that adds one step extra to your prop. It's not just floating prop in there, it's in the game. Okay, your prop is in the game and it's working, and you showcase that. It's you do not have that much of memory use, you do not have that many draw calls, so it's game ready asset. So that's a big plus for your portfolio. Okay, and then last but not least, your soft skills, right? Soft skills are really important when you will work with any type of team or of any size, right? So communication is the very first key to any type of job, right? So it's not in the start, you will not have to do much, just communicating with your lead and art director, taking their feedback and sharing it, and communicating whenever you have hiccups or whenever you are stuck. Share this thing rather than holding on and trying to solve things by yourself. Share it with the higher seniors or your teammates. Communicate your issues, your good things. Even if you achieve something good, share it with them. You learn something new, share it with them. Communicate, talk with them, discuss with them, and that's how the team works, right? And you cannot work solo in the team, right? And problem solving, again, that's the part, like you not just bring the problem, like you having a problem, you bring potential solution. Like you reach out to them and you say like, oh, you have tried, like there should be something to showcase. Like it should not be like you going every time with a problem, not with a solution, right? And you should like, okay, I have this problem, I have tried this, okay, and this kind of worked. I did not understand how, but this kind of work, but again the problem kept persisting, so I'm reaching out to you that I'm stuck, I'm not able to work. So that's basically the problem. So you don't have to solve the problem, but you have to put effort to solve the problem at least. So that's problem solving, and you should have this thought process build up. Like you want to solve the problem, you don't just want to bring the problems whenever they come, just start crying like, no, there are problems. So you try to solve it with a positive mindset, right? And then lastly, time management, right? And the industry is moving into remote space, and the time management is really crucial, right? And in the start you will not understand how much time it will take for you to do some specific thing, but start to notice the time. You can use this app called Clockify, which is used a lot, right? You can put the clock in there and you do something, you can write down, right? Or you can put stopwatch or just write down in Excel whenever you're doing it. It will take time, but it will help you understand how much time it takes you to do some specific thing, right? So that how okay, you made like 10 props and every prop took around 15 to 20 hours. So now you can tell easily that that's gonna take 3 days, or as per 8 hours per day, like it's gonna take 3 days or 4 days with the buffer time. Okay, so yeah, so that's how you can understand the time management. It's not just like you need to know. Nobody know everything, right? You learn slowly, but you put positive steps toward learning that. Okay, so yeah, so the final thoughts, before applying to any job, make sure your portfolio is matching the criteria is written in the job. So if they are asking for a prop artist or a weapon artist, make sure your portfolio have weapons at least. You cannot apply to that job with a prop or any specific relatable thing in there. If they're asking for Blender, make sure you have a prop. In ArtStation there is really nice, you can add software, so make sure there is a software mentioned in there named Blender. right? You have already, you know already something. Even if you know basic, mention it in your resume or in portfolio, you know basics. Okay, make something using Blender, right? So at least it show that you are learning it, right? You can tell that in there. And yeah, so, and your portfolio, easy to navigate, all information is there, your content information is there, and with proper high quality renders, with work in progress renders, which showcase uh, what you can do best, and what all the things you know, all the workflows you know should be reflected from your portfolio. They should not come to your resume. Yes, so resume is secondary always, right? So primary is portfolio, which will catch the eyes, right? It should not just catch the eyes, it should catch the attention also. So it should have the details, and there should be so much to offer that they come reach out to you and ask about your stuff, right? So that's when your portfolio becomes better than normal. It's not, so you can learn how to make props. So I always try to keep the talk on based on how to do things properly, right? And there are like so millions of videos how to make beautiful props, right? But I'm here to tell you how to make it properly. So when the recruiter or a lead or art director sees it, they should see, oh, this is what our we need. This is so that's coming back to that studio thing. But I talked to art director of CD Projekt Red, and I asked like how much they appreciate fan work, right? If someone is making a scene or a prop or a character based on Witchers, right? And he was really nice. He said like, I don't know about others, but I care, right? I would really appreciate if you have fan work of based on the game made by the studio, because that's type of the work you're gonna do there. And if they already see like you are accomplished the asset really well, or environment or character really well, and it's a win-win, right? And that's what he said, like it's a 1+ point, right? So that's when authoring your portfolio and doing the fan work, right? Fan art is also fine. So yeah, or you can put your own take also. You can take like for example, like God of War have so many concept art which did not even make through the actual game. So you can take that and you can make it in that art style of God of War or Prince of Persia or Assassin's Creed. You recreate it or you create another environment with that same art style, so it works. Okay, so yeah, so this is it in there, right? So thank you very much for joining in today. I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any comments, if you want to ask anything, you can ask now, right? Otherwise we will just wrap up for today. And before that, I will wait for your comments. And if you go to this link, and I have pasted the link to this presentation in there, you will find this link in there. There are portfolio reviews and there are upcoming sessions, right? If you have, when you have signed up for this, you will find there is a link to all the other talks happening in the future, and you keep watching on this link. Those are hidden for now. I will unhide them. You can join them. You can join all of them. This is how the system is right now. You have to go one by one, right? And yeah, so that's, you can sign up from there, and there is a link to the YouTube, and you can join it from there, right? And yeah, so that's basically it from my side. Do join for the upcoming sessions. We're gonna discuss resume, job search, applying for job interviews, and everything, all sort of things which are important to build a career in games. So we're gonna discuss that. So yeah, so for the questions, so now you can please ask, type it in the comments. I will take the question. Claudia asks, how can I include my previous experience in multimedia? What would be the transferable skill that are worthy to highlight? Basically, this teamwork is always transferable. If you have a studio experience, that always works. Like, you have worked with a team and you know how to take feedback, you know how to deliver. right? So these soft skills basically always are transferable, right? Even if you have worked in prints or doing the uh, even if you do worked in a restaurant, right? These soft skills still works. Okay, so but for the work is debatable, right? So you can for the technical thing, if you use the similar tools like Photoshop, for example, can be used, right? If you have some animation skills, can be transferable, but mostly it cannot be, mostly it's difficult to transfer the multimedia work to game art, right? But there are some graphic work, right? So you in the games also we make graphics and posters and something like that, so that helps. And I can see you said the portfolio, you have in photography helps with the composition. You understand how the composition works and everything, right? So that helps. And yeah, so that's, there are many skills are transferable, right? So like I'm sharing my knowledge here, that is easily transferable in the job, because I can help the less experienced artists easily. I can communicate and very open. Yeah. So Suna is asking portfolio review. Sure, you can go through this link, and there is a link to sign up for portfolio review. So you go to this topnet page. Okay, so you go to this page and there is a form to fill for portfolio review. Okay, so you sign up for that. So surely create a video and send it to you. Okay, so very specific. Okay, yeah, so that's for the portfolio review. And yeah, anything else, guys? Like if you have anything else, you can ask, or otherwise we'll just wrap up for today. Okay, so if there is nothing else, then I would like to thank you very much for being here and coming to the session. And I really enjoyed it, and I hope you join the future session also. Bring in your artist friends. More they come, more I can share, more questions are there, more I can we can discuss, right? More things we can share. So yeah, I would really appreciate more people in the upcoming sessions. Do join in, bring your friends, and happy making a good portfolio. And if you have any doubt or anything, you can reach out to talkmate.io/FPA. The link you can see in the screen right now. Reach out there. There's a query. You can reach out anytime with query in there. Yeah. So I will always be here. So until the next session, thank you very much for being here, and have a lovely rest of the day and week ahead. Bye.